Jammer, and how you guys all feeling since the last Smash Direct? Now that the reaction to your phase is over, people have had time to settle in and accept the fact that this is our final roster with Kennen and Cinnamore, then of course Piranha Plant coming up as the future DLC, and with the mass shooting that was the assist trophy section where basically everyone's favorite character is getting deconfirmed back to back to back to back to. For some reason, a lot of people online have been disappointed with this final roster. I mean, I guess I can understand maybe the last newcomers weren't who you were expecting, and people are wicked upset for some reason that Piranha Plant's in the game. Like, that's the best newcomer that's ever came to Smash, and you're disrespecting that? At the end of the Direct, they talk about the Fighter Pass and the 5 DLC characters that are going to be coming throughout 2020 or something ridiculous. They said they don't know who these characters are going to be, but I personally think they probably have an idea for a couple of them. I bet you they're up on the chalkboard, up on the drawing board of ideas of characters who they could implement, but maybe they haven't actually gone through the process of actually making the moveset or making the character itself. But after everyone knowing this final roster, a lot of people are still holding hopes for their character to make it as a DLC fighter. But then there's a fight back and forth. It's like, well, he's already confirmed as this, so he can't do this. Because characters have been deconfirmed in different ways, whether it being as an assist trophy like Springman, Isaac, or Shadow, or as a Mii costume like Rex was. And then there's also the whole new big mode, the Spirits mode, where there's now spirits involved. In there, Eagle Eye fans have also noticed Gino being in there. Shantae made it in there as well. So the question remains, if a character already appears as any of the 3 aforementioned things, is it possible for them to still become a newcomer in Smash? So let's just start with assist trophies. Assist trophies have been around since Brawl, and if history is like the present, Little Mac started as an assist trophy in Brawl, and when the game came out on Wii U and 3DS and he was promoted to Original Fighter, they did drop his assist trophy. There really hasn't been any examples of assist trophies then becoming characters, so I think this is a more trickier situation because what if you're playing as the character, you open up the assist trophy and then they come out of it? It'd be a little weird. A similar fix or situation could work for how the Spirits Track stage worked for Toon Link. Originally, people thought Toon Link might have been deconfirmed because when they showed off the Spirit Track stage, Toon Link was the conductor on the train. Then in a later Miiverse post, Alfonso steps in to run the train while Toon Link is part of the battle. I think the case here works just because the element the fighter is involved in is just a background element, while the assist trophies are much more interactive and actually influence the battle. Like if there was 2 Isaacs in the battle, the fighter itself would probably look a lot different than the assist trophy because obviously the render would be a little bit better. They'd obviously have a more expanded moveset and different kind of idle animations and whatnot, but still the fact that now there's 2 Isaacs on screen, it gets complicated. So that's the problem with assist trophies, is where because they're interactive with the battle, it makes it more difficult to then have both someone playing as it and appearing at the same time. Obviously, a simple fix that what they could do is, if an Isaac is in the battle and an assist trophy is pulled, it'll pull from a pool from all the assist trophies, every single one except the Isaac assist trophy. But at the same time, it does kind of suck that now that assist trophy was made for no reason at the end of the day. It's now just going to sit in a pool of non-existent unless Isaac isn't in the battle, you know? And again, like I said, this has never really happened before. This is kind of a new territory thing, because no character has ever been promoted from an assist trophy to an original fighter in the same game. But again, there's no rule saying that can't happen, I guess. That's gonna be a kind of a trend throughout this video. I feel like the fans of Smash kind of make fabricated rules for who can become a character and who can't, when Sakurai clearly said his rules has to be from a video game, has to be a realistic choice as a character or something like that. So the possibility of an assist trophy becoming a character in this game, I think are very, very low, just because of the logistics of how to get them working and how to make these, I don't know. Anyways, moving over to Mii costume. The first one so far, the only one we've seen so far is Rex as a Mii Fighter costume, and Sakurai explains the reason he was implemented the Mii Fighter costume is because he heard the fan outcry for a lot of people wanting Rex to be in the game. In order to kind of supplement that, he offered a Mii Fighter costume as that because obviously they couldn't develop him as a character because the game kind of wasn't even out yet. It was during the development of Smash Ultimate, so it makes sense why he didn't make it in, but I know a lot of people are still kind of sad. So the question though is, can Mii Fighters and original characters be in the same game? And this is where things get interesting, because there is a screenshot where they start going to the shop. They show you can purchase music, spirits, and Mii costumes. Spotted by Eagle Eye fans, one of which was a Chrom costume. meaning that the Chrom costume from Wii U for Mii Fighters is actually returning here for Smash Ultimate, making it so now there's a Chrom Mii Fighter costume and Chrom is a playable character. So having a Rex Mii Fighter and a Rex Fighter at the same time could still possibly be a thing? Maybe? The thing is though, with the situation with Chrom, is the Chrom Mii Fighter obviously originated in Wii U, and it was probably just as easy to bring it over to keep it just to keep it, I guess. And then obviously Chrom was developed as a full-fledged fighter for this game. In the Rex situation, the Rex Mii Fighter was developed for Ultimate, and Rex then, well, thus would also be developed for Ultimate, so there isn't a game transition between them, you know what I mean? However, there is no rule against that, right? There's not, Sakurai never said,
oh, Mii Fighters and original characters can't be in the same game.
So going off that, there may be a possibility to see if characters that are Mii Fighter costumes transferring over as full-fledged character. Chrom isn't the best evidence to go by, but it's still evidence of, look, a character exists both in Mii form and character form in the same game. So there is a possibility that Rex, as well as other Mii Fighter costume characters, could make it over as original characters in the DLC. I wouldn't get your hopes up obviously too high, but I think there's still a pretty good possibility that could happen. Then finally, spirits. A lot of people have been using this as a method to deconfirm characters, seeing how they spotted out Gino, as well as like Shantae. And so spirits is a unique situation, because technically it's what trophies are in this game. So first thing to note is people have noticed that, I mean, characters that are already in the game have spirits of their own. For example, King K. Rool has his, pirate outfit one as a spirit. Other characters have seen similar things. So characters that are already playable in the game already have spirits that reference themselves. So the fact of being a spirit and a character at the same time already basically invalidated. But the difference here is starting as a spirit and becoming a character. Could that still be a thing? Well, yeah, definitely. A great example is from Smash Wii U, being Lucas. Lucas trophy already existed. It was already in the game. And then later on, they announced Lucas a DLC, and then he had it later his own Smash set of trophies that were different from the other one that was previously referencing the character. So the idea of a character starting as a trophy or a spirit or a collectible, and then eventually being promoted to then a DLC fighter it's already a thing. The difference, obviously, with that situation was, you know, that was a previous returning fighter being promoted as DLC. A spirit is just a spirit. It's a sticker. It's a stolen render from a previous game, basically, just kind of reference the character in general, you know. Later making them a full-fledged fighter, I think, is really no problem. To quickly recap, spirit to DLC fighter? Totally. I don't think there's any problems about that. Mii Fighter is a DLC fighter. I think quite likely, but probably a little behind a spirit being upgraded. Then finally, assist trophies making it over as full-fledged characters, I think is unfortunately the least likely scenario. It could still happen, but I think it's maybe the least likely scenario. So characters who are assist trophies, like our Isaac, like our Shadow, like our Shovel Knight, Black Knight, Spring Man, and unfortunately Waluigi.
What?
I think they may be stuck as assist trophies this game. I'll admit if I'm wrong. If it happens, it happens. It could still maybe happen. Like I said, there is no defining rule saying any of these forms of characters couldn't be promoted later as a DLC fighter. There's nothing saying that. I'm just kind of making guesses and predictions going off past trends and what kind of makes the most sense in-game contextually. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think what's gonna happen with these DLC fighters? Do you think it's possible for characters that already exist within the game as either spirits, Mii Fighters, or assist trophies to make it over as full-fledged characters? Or are they kind of written off and it's only gonna be other things? Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Be sure to give this video a big awesome like. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe for tons more on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I just kind of want to do a quick fun video talking about this first before I kind of went more in-depth talking about World of Light. I want to talk about the prompt and actually the other movesets of characters they showed off. They showed off Isabel's full moveset. Whoa. I'll be doing videos on all that stuff coming up pretty soon. Thanks again, guys, so much for watching, and catch you in the next one. See ya.
Well, you thought you could smash without me.
Waluigi, there's literally no chance for you now. Just stop already.
Where?
Like I said, it's not gonna happen.
But where?
No, we're not talking about. Just get out of here. The video's over. Just go.
Where?